Hi, my name is Angie Rodriguez, and this is my first time vlogging. I'm excited to continue to do these, but it's definitely something that's outside of my comfort zone. So breaking out of my shell and vlogging and recording these is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. In response to this week's question, who is my learning for? I would definitely have to say my students. So you can see my classrooms in the background, but my drive and my ambition is definitely working with children. I knew one day, it was about 4 or 5 years ago, I was driving away from my aide position. I wasn't a teacher yet after college, and realizing that this is what I like to do. And this is my dream. Like, this is it. And it was like that feeling you get. I don't know if anybody else has ever had that feeling, but it was definitely a feeling. And I knew that this was it. So my career and my ambition is definitely for the kids. And the reason why I got into teaching was because I had a pretty decent upbringing when it came to education. I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and it wasn't bad at all. Looking at what we offer the kids nowadays, there was a difference, but it was the 90s. So there wasn't as much technology back then. So it has evolved, and it's now a big thing in education now. So back then it was more like projects and how we can target our students that way. Now it's more technology and how can we integrate that and how can we make that fun for students and safe. So that's definitely what I'm looking forward in this class, is just effectively integrating. And I work with 5th grade, so I like using technology, but I won't say it's my go-to thing. I'm more of a project-based teacher, but we can incorporate the two. You know, it doesn't always have to be some kind of diorama. It could be, you know, some kind of research project or making an iMovie. That's something that I wanted to do this year, and I never got the chance to do it because I wasn't knowledgeable about it, and I didn't really know too much about it. So once again, it was outside of my comfort zone. Therefore, I didn't go in that direction. And I'm pretty sure the students would have been over the moon with doing like an iMovie for maybe social studies, science, math, something, any subject, incorporating something as simple as iMovie or some other kind of website, internet, into their learning. I think this is the age and generation that's what they like. I mean, they always have a phone in their hand, not here at school, but outside of school. You know, they've gained that accessibility now, where back then it wasn't like that. So I just want to make sure that in this course that I'm able to just kind of step outside of that and be comfortable with doing that. Just this first recent assignment, the concept map, I think that was when I saw it first. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, how do I create this concept map? And where do I go to it? And clicking websites here and there and checking them out and making it was pretty cool. And I could definitely see myself using that in my classroom with my 5th graders. And my 5th graders are like leeches, so they're always around me. So I showed them the concept map, and they love to hear when I'm in class and school, because there's some kind of relatability there. So they were excited about it. They were like, this is really cool. And I'm like, I could have done this for like maybe an icebreaker activity in the beginning of the school year, or once again, concept mapping for subjects. I mean, we do it all the time with graphic organizers, but we really kind of go with the comfort level, the graphic organizer, and not outside of it, where it's doing this on the internet. So that's something that, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you don't do it, but now that it's being brought to light for me, I'm definitely excited to do this for next year, kind of like a concept mapping on the internet. But then there's also that safety precaution too. There are some websites that I'm being introduced to now as a teacher that allows them the ability to go online and research on safe sites. And I do provide that for my kids on my Weebly. So that was another thing that it was new to me that we kind of have to do in this district, provide a Weebly. And because of one of my other courses in the past allowed us to use the Weebly and create a Weebly, I was able to maneuver it and figure it out, and now I'm like a pro at Weebly. All the teachers ask me. So it's pretty interesting. Once again, it's like getting outside of that comfort zone. That initial step is the part that it kind of makes me uncomfortable to do, and probably why I don't do it as much in my classroom when it comes to technology. So just being able to, I think that's what I'm looking for in this class, like just getting new ideas, new perspectives, and doing it for my students and showing them that. So that's definitely what I hope I answered the question. What my learning is for. My learning is for them and for myself too. But yeah, so I look forward to hearing and doing this more often. So